Hi my friends, the movie opens with a stunning woman named Ida, who is known as the queen of relationships and communication. She helps girls connect with the young men by giving them private lessons and advice. Occasionally, Ida adopts a different personality, such as that of a teacher, engineer, or a doctor, in order to support girls. The scene then shifts to a university party full of attractive girls, and we meet the charming young man named Iwan, and all of the girls like him. We also witness a strange girl named Julia who loves Iwan but has an odd clothes type, and because of peculiar appearance, the girls make fun of her, and Iwan notices that and laughs along with them. This makes Julia very upset, so she retreats to the bathroom to cry. When Ida enters the bathroom with the girls, they thank her for helping them to be with the guys they love. Julia hears them, smiles at what they have to say, and follows Ida, asking her to help her and give her private lessons because she wants Iwan to love her. However, Ida ignores her and drives off, but Ida is taken aback by Julia's unexpected appearance in her car. She gets out and asks Julia to go, but Julia refuses, telling her that she needs private lessons, and Ida ignores her again. But Julia calls her aunt, the college dean, to threaten Ida to reveal her secret. But Ida asking, "What do you know about me?" Julia responds, "You claim that you are a student with us at the university, but you are not." Ida then promises to help Julia in exchange for keeping the secret, and Ida drives her home. But on the way home, she is startled by a young man who moves his belongings to her building, and the road is completely blocked, and Ida fights with him because she wants to cross. As Ida climbs the stairs, she notices that the young man has left many of his belongings at her door. She asks him to take away, but he responds, "Let's get to know each other before. My name is Denise, your new neighbor." Ida tells him, "But I don't want to recognize you," and she leaves. And then she starts giving lessons to Julia and asks her, "What do you know about girls' behavior?" Julia says, "I don't know anything, but I want to learn." Ida informs her, "We have to get rid of the old clothes you wear all the time, and your clothes should be sexy." Julia asks her to go shopping. Ida agrees, but she gets upset at the noises coming from Denise's apartment and hits the house roof to annoy him. After that, she leaves with Julia to go to the market, but she is startled to see a very attractive girl leaving Denise's apartment, and an even more attractive girl approaching him, and he apologized to Ida for the noise. After becoming enraged, Ida leaves to the store with Julia and buys her a lot of clothing. The two then go to Denise's birthday party, where Ida meets many of her students, and one of them very intelligent and works as a hacker and helps Ida with her work. And the hacker girl asks about the source of Iwan's wealth, and we see that Iwan loved Julia's clothes and gave her a lot of affection when he served her wine. Julia dances until she passes out, shocking Ida, and then Ida takes her home, where Denise assists them. However, Ida's apartment door is stuck, so Denise extends an invitation to them to visit his flat, where Ida finds a lot of odd objects and items belonging to women in his flat. After washing her face, Julia joins them for coffee in an attempt to awaken from the effect of the wine. However, she remains drunk and tells Denise about Ida's employment and the private lessons, but Denise shows no interest about her work. Later, when Ida and Julia go down to Ida's apartment, Julia informs her, "I could tell that Denise likes you based on the way he looks at you." As the day passes, Ida teaches Julia valuable things and informs her that the cute girl's smile is what draws the attention of young men the most. Then she tells her, "We are going to start putting what you've learned into practice." She then takes her to see Iwan, who plays football. When Iwan meets her by chance, Julia smiles and he likes it very much. Julia then manages to make Iwan loves her, and they go on dates. Next, we see Ida watching Denise arrive. She approaches the door and strike up a conversation with him, acting as though they met by coincidence. Denise then takes advantage of this coincidence and asks to have coffee together. Ida wants to say yes, but she declines and claims that she is occupied and an apple too. She goes inside her home, and at night she is listening to a song and dancing nicely. Denise smiles and wants to see her, but he is knocking on the floor to muffle the loudness of the song. Then he is playing the same song and raising its voice. Then he calls Ida and asks, "How do you prefer coffee?" She replies, "I prefer it with sugar." After making coffee, Denise visits her and they sit down together. During their conversation, Ida asks him about the attractive girls that visits him, and Denise wants to make her jealous a little and asks her, "Do you think all these beautiful girls love me?" Denise is chuckling as Ida responds, "I have nothing to do with your relationships or your life." And their nice conversation is interrupted by the doorbell, and Ida goes to open and sees that this is Julia, telling Ida that she would remain with Iwan today, and tells her mother that she will stay in her house. Ida becomes irate because Julia lied to her mother, but Julia goes, and Denise advises Ida to follow Julia so they can see how she's doing. Ida agrees and they get down immediately, and when they get down to Denise's motorcycle, he asks her, "Are you afraid of speed?" But Ida laughs and tells him that she is going to drive so that they get faster. Ida actually drives at a crazy speed. They are spying on Julia and Iwan, and we see them in a pool. Then we witness Iwan escorting Julia to a swimming pool. Denise informs Ida that he is a photographer and that the female that approaches him are customers, and Ida is relieved to hear that. Subsequently, Julia's mother contacts Ida to inquire about her daughter, and we witness Iwan becoming increasingly intimate with Julia, and he wants to take off his clothes and make love to her tonight. But before Iwan can go any further, Ida steps in and tells Julia to talk to her mother and talk to her privately, telling her that this young man is very bad and only wants to make love to you in front of everyone, but he doesn't love you. Iwan then asks Denise to leave right away, and the following day, Denise asks Ida to go with him on a date, and she agrees, but she says she has a private lesson, and after finishes it, she is going with him. She is teaching Julia the lesson and tells her that Iwan is a bad man who only wants to make love to you, but Julia responds, "I love him," and she received a message and feels very happy and doesn't tell Ida about it. Then she leaves immediately. Later, one of Ida's students calls her and crying hard, so Ida goes to see her. The student tells her that she sent to a man her naked photo, and he started blackmailing her. Ida then calls the hacker girl who helped her, asking her to break into the man's phone, and she does it immediately, but it finds nothing and informs her that the pictures is not on his phone, but she manages to breaking into his house's cameras, which surprises Ida because this is Iwan's home. Meanwhile, the power goes out, and when Ida walks outside to investigate, she finds that Denise lit a large number of candles to make a nice surprise to Ida and tells her that he loves her a lot. Ida is overjoyed, but the girls call her to come down to them right away. When she gets down, she sees Julia on Iwan's house's security cameras, and he wants to make love to her and record a video of her. Ida calls Julia right away to let her know about it, and when she realizes that there is actually a camera, she tries to flee, but Iwan stops her. Julia then tells him that she wants to use the bathroom and also sees cameras there. Ida arrives at Iwan's house, and as soon as he opens the door, Denise instantly beats him and loses consciousness. After Ida gains access to his devices, she removes her students' images from his computer, leaving images of other girls as proof for the authorities. In fact, Iwan is arrested by the police when they show up, and Ida will have saved her students. Denise also led a wonderful life with Ida, the love of his life. And here the film ends. Please press like and subscribe to the channel to get new movie recaps. Miss Bombastic was with you. Goodbye my friends, with my love.